Procreate is probably the best drawing app for beginners to switch from traditional to digital and has a much more friendly user interface than the competition. So without wasting any more time, let's get you guys started on your Procreate journey. When you guys open up the app, you're just going to have your canvases on display right away. You can see I have a bunch of my art just down here, but let's just jump right into it. In the top right corner, you'll see a plus sign. Press on it and you'll see you can start your new canvas. You guys are going to have a bunch of options to start from, but for now, let's do the default one and just do screen size. So once you guys are in, you'll notice the display, it's very user friendly. And trust me guys, even if you are still intimidated right now, I promise after this video, you won't be. So let's begin. Now, if you press on gallery, you'll just go back to the gallery page, which is your home screen for Procreate. And if you want to go back, just press it on your canvas again. So to start off, this is where you would select the size of your brush. You can see here, I went from small, very tiny lines, and I can go all the way to some huge, massive lines right like this. And as for the bar right here, this is to adjust your opacity. You can see since my bar is all the way up, my opacity is going to be very hard and it's going to just show like this. Whereas if I had it down here, much more lighter and see-through because the opacity is much lower. So if you guys ever want to save a preset for the size or opacity of your brush, all you got to do is set the size you want and then press on the plus sign on the top right corner here. And you guys will see there's a mark right here saving the size for you. So now whenever you glide this bar down, it'll just jump into that line and it'll save your preset. The same thing can be applied for the opacity. Just select the size you want, save it at 60%, and press plus on the top right corner of that. Now if you guys do want to take away the bar and don't need it anymore, just press minus. And you guys will be able to freely move it now. On this bar, you'll also find there's going to be two arrows, one pointing to the left, the other one pointing to the right. Now guys, personally, I don't use these arrows because Procreate actually has a hand gesture you can use to do this function. So I'm going to go ahead and draw 4 lines here so you guys can see it. So the hand gestures are very simple. Double press with 2 fingers to go back like that, and double press with 3 fingers to go forward. Now if you guys want to erase whatever is on this entire layer, which is layer 4, just go ahead and put down 3 fingers and scrub left and right, and it's gone. Now the layer is clear. Now if you guys want to move around your canvas, just go ahead and pinch your screen like this. And if you want to turn it, just turn your fingers around like that. And if you want to reset it to fit the screen again, pinch your canvas really quickly like that, and it'll go back to your screen size. Additionally, Procreate has some pen features that can help you with your drawings. So if you guys want to make the perfect circle, go ahead and draw your circle, but go ahead and hold it down at the end here. And you'll see it made it into a nice circle. But if you guys want to make it even more perfect, put down 1 finger and let go, and there you go. You guys have made the perfect circle. This basically applies to every shape you make in Procreate. Just go ahead and stop at the end, put down 1 finger, and it's a perfect square. Let's go ahead and try out the triangle. Hold it down, put 1 finger, and it's a perfect triangle. Now if you guys do want to fill in that perfect circle and save some time not doing it manually, then go ahead and go to the top right corner where your color palette is. Press and drag the color down to your circle. Also, if you guys do this feature, if you do hold it down after filling it in, you'll have the option to adjust the threshold you filled it in with. So by sliding my pen to the left, I've made it so that my threshold isn't filled entirely. And by sliding my pen to the right, I've made it so that my whole canvas is submerged in black. And by bringing it down to here, I can get the perfect amount. So now let's go ahead and cover the drawing tools. In the top right corner here, you'll see 5 different pictures, beginning with the picture of the brush. Press on it and you guys will see you have a brush library. Now Procreate comes with a bunch of free brushes. So your default brush library can range from the normal stuff like sketching, inking, and then painting, all the way to abstract. And there's even brushes for light, like a lens flare right here, and even nebula to kind of get like that feeling of space. So just play around with these and see which one you guys like. If I had to recommend one sketching brush, it definitely would be the 6B pencil brush. It's honestly the closest thing you'll get to a traditional pencil and honestly feels great. And if I had to recommend one for painting, I would say the round brush. Overall, just amazing brush. So next to the brush tool, you'll see a finger pointing. This is a smudge tool. If you guys press on it, you'll see that you have the exact same brush library with the same brushes, but the tool is just used differently. I'll be able to just blend the colors together like so. Pretty simple tool. Then onto the third tool, you'll see a picture of an eraser. Press on it again, the exact same thing, guys. The brush library will show up, but it's using your brushes now as an eraser. So these 3 open up the brush library, but they all have different uses. This is for drawing, this is for smudging, and this is for erasing. And it just gives you the option of drawing with whatever brush you like, smudging with whatever brush you like, and erasing with whatever brush you like. So if I want to erase something like this, then I just press here, I'm gonna erase it with the flat brush. You can see I'm erasing the circle with a squarish figure. And then onto the next picture, the layer feature. Press on the plus sign over here and you guys can add more layers. Automatically Procreate gives you a background color. If you don't want a background, you could just turn off that layer and you don't have a background. Let's turn that back on. And the plus sign up here is just so that you can add more layers on top of each other. Now, if you press on one of these layers, you guys are gonna get a list of options to choose from. For now, since you guys are beginners, I'm just gonna show you probably the most helpful feature in this list, that being alpha lock. If I were to draw a circle, and then I go to that layer, and I drew it on layer 5. So I'm gonna press on layer 5 where my circle is, and I'm gonna press alpha lock. So what alpha lock does is, it's gonna lock your drawing in so that you can't draw outside of it. So since I drew the circle, I'll only be able to draw within that circle now. If you want to disable this feature, just open up the layers tab, press on the layer again, and just turn off alpha lock. Now if you want to turn off a layer, just press on the check mark right here. If you want to turn it back on, just press on the check mark once again, and bang, it's back. Now the great feature about layers is, I can draw on one layer, and then go to the next, and whatever I draw on the next layer won't affect my other drawing. So you guys will see, if I were to erase only this layer right here, I won't be erasing my red line. Now, if you guys slide one of the layers with your pen to the left like this, you have the option of locking the layer, duplicating the layer, or deleting it. All that locking does is, it just makes it so that you won't be able to touch the layer, just in case you're scared of messing it up. So you see Procreate's asking me to open up the layer again because I've locked it. You can unlock it either that way, or you can just go back, slide your layer to the left like that, and then press unlock. Now obviously duplicating the layer will just create another one of the same layer. So you can see I have 2 layer 5s now, and they're both the same thing. And then deleting the layer, obviously we'll just delete the layer. So now we're on to the last one, which is this circle in the top right corner. If you guys press on it, you guys are gonna see you have a color wheel. You're gonna have this outside ring to choose for your colors. Now if you look down here, you guys are gonna have separate options in terms of display for your colors, where it shows me the color on the top right here in the square box. I can choose the different colors I want from this line right here. In the second line, I can choose how saturated I want the color. In the third line, I can touch up the black and light tones. The next option is harmony, which is basically just going to help you guys out picking out your colors. Next up is value. And over here, you could just very specifically edit the color range from your red, greens, and blues all the way to your saturation and your black and whites. And then if you go over to palettes, Procreate will have palettes for you available in the app already. So that's basically everything we got on the top right corner here. Let's go over to the left side over here. Now over here, you can see a picture of a wrench. Now if you press on it, you're going to see you have 6 different options to choose from in terms of actions. The first one being inserting a file. You can insert whatever file you'd like from your files folders. The next one being inserting a photo. Let's insert this photo of my wallpaper I created. And you can see just like that, I have a picture of my photo. You'll also have the option of taking a photo using your iPad camera. This is a cool feature if you guys want to take photos of your traditional drawings and just import it into Procreate to draw over them. I've gone ahead and taken a photo of this drawing I did with my pen, and now it's in Procreate. The next option is to add text into your canvas, like this. And we're just gonna type EMC. And you'll see just above the keyboard on the top right corner, you'll see AA. Press on that, and you guys are gonna have a bunch of options in terms of fonts, the style of your font, the design, and many more options here. Now, if you guys wanna get rid of what you put on your canvas, you can just press cut, and it'll take away whatever you've added onto your canvas. You'll also have the option of copying a layer. So if you press copy, it's going to copy my layer 4 since it's been selected. And if I press paste, it's just going to paste the layer. And you guys can see now I have 2 separate layers. If we go back, you'll see we have the option of copying our canvas entirely. That meaning it's going to copy whatever's on your screen here. So the picture plus the white background. And again, if you press paste, you can see in the layer file here, this time it's showing the picture of the phone and the white background. Now, if we go over to the canvas actions, we'll have the option of cropping and resizing the canvas. You'll see in the top right corner here, you can just press on settings, and we can adjust the canvas size to DPI. And we can just press reset if we aren't happy with what we did, or we can cancel and just press done when you're happy with how you've adjusted it. The next option on the canvas section is the animation assist, so that you guys can create your own animations, but that would be a whole separate video. You'll also have the option of page assist. Once you've turned this on, your canvas will essentially turn into a sketchbook. So now your layers are new pages. So now whenever you draw on this layer and I switch back to the other one, you won't see it. Under page assist, you'll find drawing guide. And this is basically going to give you a square grid to help you out with your drawings. And if you want to go further on into that, you can press edit drawing guide, and you'll have the option of adjusting the opacity of your grid, the thickness, the grid size. And by pressing assisted drawing and then done, what's going to happen is PROCREATE's going to assist you in drawing your grid lines vertically and horizontally, so you guys can get perfect lines. Now if we go to the actions and back to canvas, you'll see we'll have reference. If you press on reference, you'll have the option of showing your canvas on a mini HUD right here. You'll also have another option to import any image you'd like to use as a reference. So I'm just going to press import image, and I'm going to use the picture I drew, and bang. Now if you want to move this image wherever you like, there's going to be a tiny bar in the top middle of this square. Just go ahead and drag that wherever you like on your screen. And if you guys want to take away your reference, press on the layer and press clear. PROCREATE will also let you use your front camera on your iPad to be used as a reference, like so. You can see my hair right there and the camera. But once you're finished with the reference tab and you want to get rid of it, just go ahead and press on the X on the top right corner, and it's gone. Now under the reference tool, you'll find flip horizontally, meaning you'll just flip from right to left, and flip vertically, meaning top to bottom. And at the very bottom, you'll find canvas information. So you'll be able to see the day you made the canvas, at what time, and the last time you've touched it. If you go further down, you'll see dimensions. You can see the layers, the color profile, the video settings, and the statistics. Now if you move on to the share option, you'll see you guys have an option of sharing images that you've created in PROCREATE once you're done. So you can go ahead and save it as a PROCREATE file, a PSD, a PDF, a JPEG, a PNG, and a TIFF. You'll also have the option of sharing the layers if you guys want to send a PDF file or just into a different program like Photoshop. If you go over to video, you guys will see PROCREATE has a time-lapse video option. And by holding your pen down, you can pause it, you can go back, you can go forward, or you can just let it play like normal. And after you're done watching it, just press done. Just make sure to have the time-lapse recording feature on. You'll also have the option of exporting a time-lapse video. You'll have the option of 30 seconds or full length. It won't actually be the full length, it'll be around 7 to 10 minutes depending. And you can send it to wherever you like. Next, on to preferences. If you press on it, you'll see you have the option of adjusting PROCREATE to how you would like it. I'll be covering the best settings for you guys in an upcoming video. And the last option is help if you guys need any support with PROCREATE. So moving on to the wand tool right here. If you guys press on it, you guys are going to see a long list of options to choose from, which is basically a bunch of effects and adjustments you can make using the wand tool. But this is a beginner tutorial, so for now, we're going to leave that for another video. And then you're going to have the S right here, which is basically the selection tool. And the bar is going to pop up from the bottom middle right here. And you guys are going to have the option of freehand selecting whatever you would like on that layer. And by pressing on the arrow to the right of that, you can move it around how you'd like. Now going back to it, you have the option of selecting in different ways. The first one was the freehand. You can choose it by doing a rectangular version or a circular version like this. Or there's an option of using PROCREATE's automatic feature, which will only work correctly if your line art is all connected and is done properly. Now on to the next one. If you go press on the arrow tool, which is usually used hand on hand with the selection tool. Now if you choose freeform, you'll have the option of adjusting it in terms of adjusting the width and the height of it, basically transforming it to however you'd like. If you go to uniform, you'll have the option of making this drawing bigger or smaller, but you won't distort the drawing in any way. If you go to distort, meaning you can distort it so that it fits the perspective of, let's say, a wall. And then the last option you have is to warp it, meaning you're literally just warping it around, folding it. It basically becomes a liquid and you can move it around. So that just about sums up everything you guys should know as a beginner in PROCREATE. I'll be covering more in-depth advanced points in PROCREATE in other videos. I'll also be posting a separate video covering my PROCREATE settings so that you guys can get the best settings possible while you're drawing on PROCREATE. I've got an entire series on my TikTok and my YouTube shorts covering PROCREATE tips a lot of people don't know and hidden features that are hidden in the app. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys want to stick around for future videos, go ahead and give me a sub or a like. Till next time.